Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna bring my volume down a little bit. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Thursday, July 25th, 2019. And my computer crashed yesterday a couple of times, so everything is different now. Yes, because every time my computer restarts, the webcam messes up the settings that it has, particularly the white balance, so I have to redo my webcam settings, I have to redo my VST host, that resets to something else entirely. So, yeah, it's always fun when the computer restarts. Without me telling it to, there was some sort of a hardware thing going on. Something hardware blue screened, then blue screened again after a soft reset, so then I did a full power off and power on, and after all of that, everything started operating properly again. So something required a complete power down and power back on. Don't know what it was exactly. Something to do, unfortunately, I think, with my graphics card. Because... So I had a stream going, a live TV stream going on a side monitor while I was also trying to render yesterday's VOD. That was the primary issue, is I was rendering yesterday's VOD, and the computer crashed twice while trying to do that. And I've already set my DaVinci Resolve, that's the software I use. I already set it to only use 75% of the CPU. So just to be safe, I set it down to 50%. Yeah, it takes a little bit longer to render, but because I only have the one computer that I am comfortable with to do the rendering, and I do other things on the computer, I think setting it to 50% is probably going to be what I just default to from here on out. It doesn't extend the amount of time drastically. I've mentioned before, I have a really powerful computer. In fact, below the stream, I have the specifics for what the computer is. So, today in Pyanodons, we're going to focus on setting up silicon and all of that, but I want to start by bringing up that A, I've added a mod, B, I've gotten a blueprint. What is this blueprint? Well, you'll find out shortly. So, the mod that I added was deadlocks, loaders, and belt stackers, or whatever. That's the one that got added. So we have deadlocks loaders now, and I only got it specifically for this blueprint. Now, I will note that I don't know if this blueprint is actually functional, because this blueprint appears to have been made using PyBlock. So I don't know for certain if this is going to work well without the changes made to some of the buildings in PyBlock, but we shall see. So this blueprint and a Mark II variation of it comes from Mr. VN, or Mervin on the forums. And Mervin started a thread called Show Your Creations, and this was one of the creations. Now, this was made in the, like, sandboxed mode of the game, where you can just do whatever you want. And in particular, it sort of depends on, or it has little areas with water tiles in it, so of course those water tiles didn't get imported, and you may notice that there's gaps of pipe. That's because this is how I know that this was done in PyBlock, because these were wrought iron pipes, which is a PyBlock thing. It's cheaper regular pipes, basically, is how that works. It's cheaper normal pipes, effectively. However, what this is a self-contained, pollutionless, infinite source of power. I'll repeat that. This is a self-contained, pollutionless, infinite source of power. In fact, it is a net negative in pollution, so it will actually help clean up the areas around itself, which is just awesome. And I hear a lawnmower outside, so it sounds like our lawn guy's here today. Isn't that excellent? So, these compact loaders added in deadlocks, stacking belt boxes, and compact loaders. I will note that I did attempt to add in one of the compatibility mods that adds the ability for having a number of Pyanodons, intermediates, be able to be stacked, but it wouldn't load the save. Unfortunately. The save would not load, so unfortunately stacking will not work with a number of the Pyanodons intermediates. I'm going to pick up, just because it's a new tech, I'm going to pick up the stacking 1 and 2. Looks like it works on sulfur, though, which is convenient. Sulfur's convenient to stack. Note that this does convert properly circuit board 1. Interesting, that's not the correct icon, but it is the correct circuit board 1. Interesting. And circuit board 2s. So it's not the right icons, but it is the correct products on the circuits. So that's interesting. I don't know why you would even remotely have to do stacking of those, but anyway. I'm not going to rely on the fast compact loaders, because this is not balanced for Pyanodons. All it requires is small parts. This should be requiring advanced small parts, not standard small parts. At minimum advanced small parts. Yeah, that went quick. Advanced small parts and stainless steel, I would say. Or, in the alternative, a red belt. Add a red belt to this, and some more advanced small parts. That would make it a bit more reasonable. Now, I put this blueprint down. I am not currently planning on using this, on setting this up. I will note that this is approximately... I actually wrote this down. This is a delta positive of 36.5 megawatts per one of these units that you set up. And of course it needs water in. It has some ash and iron oxide out. which fortunately enough, I will have a use for iron oxide to make ferrite. Alternatively, I could just burn it and burn the ash. So 36 net positive. I don't know if that's taking into consideration the use of stuff and things. Coke. Alright, you need to be adjusted at some point. So yesterday, I finished setting up PCB 2s, or printed circuit substrate 2s. Here. Finished setting that up. Which is amazing. So it was a day of setting up the organic matter into bakelite, into phenolic boards, into PCB 2s, and we ended up with then starting to think about and starting to set up our silicon. So, what am I going to need here? I am going to need, I believe, 3 sand extractors, so I am going to need to build some more sand extractors. Now, I will note that I do have some nearby. Right in here where I dumped my stuff, I should have a sand extractor. I should have automated factories. I'm going to leave the rest of the stuff behind. I'm going to take some of these raw resources, some engine units. That will be handy. So now that I have the compact loaders, I don't really have a use for the bigger loaders from the Loader Redux mod. So I can't straight up disable Loaders Redux until I go around and start replacing all of my loaders with those. So that is a thing. There's a bug on my wall. And there's a fly buzzing around me. An annoying fly. That is a lot of circuits. I will gladly take them. You can take that aramid, I don't need that. Take those. Wow, that's a lot of steel I was carrying around. Take that sulfur, please. So, the way the stacking works is you stack, and then you have to unstack before you can use the materials. So it's a way of improving efficiency of movement of materials over extended distances. Rusty. My radar is rusty. I'm actually seeing the rust and noticing it for the first time. And that's one of the biggest elements of vanilla that I think is a little bit lacking on some of the Pyanodon's artwork, is a bit more elements of wear and rust. And it doesn't quite fit the vanilla aesthetic. Anyway, did I not have other high pressure furnaces? Because that's fine, if not, I mean, I can just make a bunch. No. This fly keeps landing on me, and I don't know why. Also, the kitty is here next to me today, sleeping. Although he did get his shot of his steroid, his syringe down the throat of the steroid today, which means he's going to be very hungry. Because the side effect of that thing which is meant as an anti-inflammatory. Side effect of that one is appetite stimulant. Oh boy, a cat who has had its appetite stimulated. It goes exactly how you think it goes. Exactly what you think happens with that. So I need sand extractors, which are here. Looks like I need to actually go all the way back and pick up some niobium. Oh, I broke it. One more kill to add to the list. And again, sorry about if you are hearing all of the bangs and, yet another kill to add to the list. All of the bangs and all of the, rumbling of the lawnmower outside. The lawn needs it. It does need to be mowed. We've been waiting for him to show up to mow the lawns. Alright, niobium. Further down. I don't know if I'm backed up on niobium, though. That is one of my questions. Trying to pay attention to what's niobium. That's ceramics, lead, fiberboard. Oh, yeah, you're not making enough. That's obvious. I mean, yeah, I do have this big belt that needs to back up, which is a thing, but meh. Big bangs. Bang, bang, bang. Outside. I'm on an exterior wall as well, so that doesn't help. On the side of the house that has the, that has the garbage can and recycling can. Alright, niobium. Give me sand extractors. Thank you so kindly for the sand extractors. I also need several washers. And I don't know, I think that might be about it, really. Got some extra furnaces, so that's fine. Can make a few more. Back we go, I guess. I should bring up tailings, though, because this will produce tailings. And I also noticed there is one area, actually, that I have not connected my tailings yet, and that is this, right here, off of this pure sand. In fact, I can change this line to iron-based sand to save some power at the very least. But, yeah, anyway. I am going to have to relocate my iron relatively soon. Alright, that's all the tech I've got. That's all the tech I've got. As for what iron I will tap next, I think that is a candidate. And that's not quite so dense. This is definitely a candidate. This is a dense candidate right there, right next to some coal. Of course, over here, this, all of that is wonderful. Alright, so which line is tailings? That's a good question. Whose tailings? Your tailings. Right over there. So, in terms of the stream and the future, I mentioned a while ago that I wanted to begin playing and remaking some of the series that I have on my YouTube channel in the current quality of production that I'm capable of. So this current audio quality, this level, more current level of experience. Yes, my cat. Heard you meow. And I was thinking about doing that after Pyanodons, but I do think that Pyanodons is going to last for a while, to say the least. And I wanted to start bringing in at least one day per week of doing something a little bit different. Now, the issue with that is the moment I start playing something else, it's essentially like starting over from scratch for streaming, and at least for that one day per week, and in the time it takes to grow that, it will be negatively impacting the viewer statistics, the average view statistics for that stream each week, which is why I was thinking I will do it after I hit affiliate. That is my current line of thinking, is assuming that Pyanodons isn't over before I hit affiliate, which you never know. You never know, that might happen. I do think I want to wait to hit affiliate before doing that transition. Now, this is redoing content that's already on my channel, so just gonna make that clear from the start. Stuff that's on my channel is stuff that I've taken off of my channel as well. So, we'll end up seeing exactly with time what I end up deciding would end up being first, but there are a number of casual playthroughs, I could say, that will only really last for a single stream, to be completely honest. 1 or 2 days. So it's not like I'm planning on any one game lasting a really, really long time with this to redo those sets of games. I mean, there's a couple of RPGs in there, potentially, that could last a while, but none of it would be particularly long-term. It would be the playthrough, and that would be it. So anyway, that's my current thoughts on it. Going to wait for affiliate. Now, how long is it going to take to get to affiliate? Well, that depends on how many people watch the stream and how many people follow the stream. I am approximately, I think it's 13 followers from the actual goal. And then I have to hit 3 average viewers over the last 30 days, so the moving average over the past 30 days must be 3. So yeah, we shall see when that happens. Factorio multiplayer must be fun. I wouldn't know. I haven't played multiplayer. I know that there are issues that are still being resolved occasionally. Yes, I thank you very much, Rat, for watching while also playing Pi Block. Let's see, I need to bring the primary water line next. Now, the question of the day is this the primary water line? I think so. Yeah, the thing about multiplayer with people is everyone sort of wants to do their own thing and not necessarily coordinate well. It really ends up with several people making their own separate little bases and fighting over progression and all of that, so unless you are playing with a very specific group of friends and are in a chat together, voice chat, and are coordinating with each other, things can get a little bit out of hand quickly. Yeah, between a group of 2 to 3 people, sure, that I think is like the intended, initially, reason for putting in multiplayer, the intended way of playing in multiplayer. Just small groups. Let's see. So for reference, I have set the second row shortcut to be shift and the number, so I can access anything on this second row via shortcut as unoften as I actually use that. Which I rarely ever do. You've made your pie or patches squared and aligned. Yeah, that is always another option, because there's... So, this command... yeah. So this command that I have on screen that's sort of not able to be seen fully because I block the tail end of it, but let's just say there is a command that lets you spawn any ore at any density, at any size, centered around your current position. So if I hit enter right now, I would end up with a 50 by 50 sized niobium patch under where I'm currently standing. It's 25 radius out, left and right and up and down, which gives you a square patch, 50 tiles-ish. Free landfill. I don't know if it would... No, I don't believe that it actually does... If you put an ore down, that it converts the tile to land. If you do that, though. So if you do it near water, it, like, marks the water tile as having an ore, I think. I don't know how it works exactly. Yeah, what you can do with mods is you can just go around the map, find an actual ore patch, and hit F4, turn on the show debug info and tooltips, and see the name, name of the ore that is the ID to use for the code. So ore dash zinc is zinc, and ore dash niobium is niobium. So that's the thing. Also, I'm totally going to make use of the small loaders. Just for reference, I am totally making use of these small loaders. Don't think I need to worry too much about the inputs, though. Have I heard of Sun Resources? Lets you erase and move patches. I've seen it. I didn't quite realize that's what it let you do, but I know of its existence anyway. Now this gives you 6 sand. I have 6. I need 15 sand. I need a few more sand extractors. A few more. Oh, and that's like nothing on the sticks as well, so I've definitely got the room. I've completely forgotten, by the way, exactly how much silicon I want. But I'm, like, aiming for. Apparently, I think it was 3.5 per second. I think that it was 3.5, which is targeting... How much again did I even write this down? I sadly don't think I actually wrote this down. Oh boy. Doing this again. So, 16 over 4 by 3.5 is 14, is what I actually need on pure sand, right? Pure sand. So 14 pure sand is actually 7 washers. And 17.5 sand. Now, that means 2 more sand extractors. Nope. 1 more line. There we go. Also the output. Now, I think that 18 per second. Do I do it? Do I do it? Do I use a red belt? Is it time? I think it's time to use red belt. It's easy enough to not use the red belt, but this would be a reason to use red belt. So I need to grab steel and rubber, stainless steel. Hello. And more rubber. I need to go grab a lot more rubber for belts. Could grab some of this. Nylon is the other thing. So, belts. Where's my car? Over there. I will go grab rubber. This will be our first use of red belt in the game. Huzzah. Hallelujah and all that. So speaking of the statistics, my thoughts on that. As it turns out, my rate of growth is improving, shall we say. So it probably won't actually be that long before I hit affiliate at this phase. Granted, I started streaming on April 29th, I think was the first stream, / my return to streaming after a really long time, over a year. And I never was particularly a streamer or a consistent streamer before this, so there is that too. Tin? Alright. What are you trying to make? Just the advanced. Small parts, alright. That should be enough, I think, for the current purposes. We shall see. I was having some fun looking at stats earlier, and yeah, let's just say the range of when I could potentially get the average viewers. That's the average viewers, not the follows. Because either way, I still need 13 more follows for the affiliate status. I need to hit 50 followers. And current count is 37. But the average views, which I believe is by far... That's the one that takes a while, is hitting the average views. That one, at current rate of growth of the 30-day moving average, depending on how you do the trend line, that's... Oh, yet another kill. It ranges anywhere between this coming week and, like, end of October, depending on how liberal or conservative you are on the trend line. So, between next week and October. Late October, if not November. Depending on whether or not you do a linear line for the, ooh, actually, here I am all the way up here. I need some long-handeds. Between a linear and... It's the difference between linear and 6th order polynomial best fit lines, trend lines in Excel, which, of course, Excel being Excel. Am I gonna have enough? Am I gonna have enough? I don't know, I don't know. 5, 10, 15... I don't know. I'll have enough. You know what? I will probably have enough to get past the point that I need the 15 per second. That's gonna be the thing. by the time I run out of reds, I will be fine with yellows. That will be how we do this. Oh, and, yeah, long-handeds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure by the time we get out to here, the slower belts will be fine. I am going to use what I have crafted, though. So yeah, pretty big range on the potential timing on when I am actually able to hit affiliate. But it is looking like about that 4-month period. You're making coal gas for the aluminium, and then acetylene for the titanium and lead. Yep. Good luck on the acetylene is all I can really say, because that is the #1, I think, biggest bottleneck on mining at the moment. Because you need a lot of acetylene for lead in particular, 10 units per mining operation, followed by 4 on titanium. I'm currently not even making remotely enough if I wanted to operate both of my lead and titanium mining operations at the same time. Which is a little bit sad. You have tanks filled with it. Those tanks will not last. Guaranteed. I think that works. Is one red inserter enough? Yes. And then, of course, this will output 14 per second, so again, I need an evened output, and that is an even number out. Well, actually, since you're in the early game, first setting up these things, you're not going to need as much of the lead yet, for one. You're only really going to need lead as an ingredient to make very specific things. Like, some tanks need it that are intermediates in the production of some buildings. Otherwise, there isn't a consistent demand for lead until much later when you're setting up the thingies, setting up the circuit 2s effectively. Does this, like, just work at this point? I need coal dust and maybe... This is coal dust. Wait, why do I have... Why did I set, like, 3 input lanes? I have no idea, but... Yeah, that... This is my output, thanks. Yeah, you'll be there soon. Soon. Quotations. Let's see, that I needed... How many? I needed the actual 2? Yeah. 5. 4 per second. Yeah, that is that. This is the mushroom input. I need my mushrooms. That was what I was going to deliberate, whether I wanted to further expand my mushrooms here or put them on my bus, and I am thinking putting them on the bus is the plan. That is the plan and the scheme. Plans and schemes. Schemes and plans. I would like an evened output though, but we are a little bit, shall we say, blocked slash screwed. Okay. That still tries to put it on the top lane by doing that, so that is fine. As much as I would like to do a balancer, I could, but I'm not going to. I'm going to. Yep, that's going to be the one that I use. Now I have to remember which lane is my mushroom lane. It is way down here. It is... Ah! Okay. It is... this lane. This is the lane. Car, wherefore art thou? All the way up. Do I want to grab any of this? Nah. We're fine. Looks like I will probably want to go grab more power poles. Because I don't think I'm gonna have enough. It's amazing how free sand is. I mean, we're talking needing not even the full output here, 3.6, so half of that of iron for 18 per second sand. Then add water and you've got 14 per second pure sand and 140 tailings. It's like, what? Really? That's amazing. Alright, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. I just... Okay. You are changing. Right now. You are not going to live there. Better. Better! Is that even a gap of 4? I think so. Where am I? What am I even doing here? I have to run this belt down. May as well run it down. Slowly but surely fixing all these lines to use the proper undergrounds. The only thing is, there is this place where I have the coke coming in that I've sort of done things the wrong way, in the wrong order. My allergies are going off right now. I feel it. This is the 4th lane. Alright, that's now done properly. See, that wasn't even done right. Again, not correct. Oh yeah, you need to go. And you, wow. Alright, so here's the big issue. Eventually, I'll end up using... If I keep doing this like this, I'm going to end up using more undergrounds than if I did this properly from the beginning, so... There. Much better. Much, much better. I don't know what part... Well, let's see, for 2nd line, alright. First, second, third, fourth, that's how that looks, alright. May as well continue fixing things as I see them. Of course, you're the other way. Oh, hello, Salt. Lots of fixes on this bus because I was lazy. Looks like I'm in need of pulling out more belt. But it looks like I am through all the nastiness anyway. So now to just pull this back until I hit my mushrooms. Shouldn't take that awfully long. I think the mushrooms get used for something or other. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's required. Why was that off? I don't know. Let's get things done correctly here. Oh wow, that'll be interesting when I have to deal with that. Alright, so that is the Valgi getting run. While I'm at it, as I had mentioned before, I will not forget to go and pick up some additional power poles. Maybe I'll run down the bus, grab some splitters, undergrounds, belts, more belts. Get rid of some of this random stuff sitting around and all, not all the landfill, but some of it. Whoa, sand castings, hello. Why? Sand castings, you're supposed to be infinite. Why are you having issues? Maybe I'm just... Ah! It appears that one machine is not quite enough. One machine does not appear to be quite enough. Also, something about creosote, maybe. I don't know. Eh. Just eh. Anyway. I'll fix it at some point. So he says. "50 hours later." Hey, I'll fix it at some point. Take this alloy. I don't need it. Take that. Fuel stuffs. Mushrooms, sand castings, nichrome, definitely, zinc chloride, all that taking up space in my inventory. Ride. Autosave, 104 hours, flat. Really should do something with this coke line. Migrate it. Or loop it back around. That would be silly and interesting. Do I want to pick up any of those? Probably not. What I do want, though, is my inserters. Inserters! Inserters to insert. Off we go, back to where I'm working. So, silicon is just about done. The actual silicon itself, but we've also got a whole bunch of silicon products. I just saw something. You. Undergrounds that didn't need to exist anymore. Okay. Now I need to run the mushrooms up. Oh, hello. Probably should park the car. So, mushrooms are line 1. Obviously. Up we go. Mushrooms are right here. And since they're the first line, that means I have to do that as well. Okay. There's mushrooms up. I think that all that's left is power? Turning on the lights? Oh, there's sand. I was about to say, it's like, aren't you gonna feed the end there? Ah, red belt. Such a difference. Such a difference. And yeah, by the time it gets to here, I don't need the full throughput of the red belt anymore. I need less than 15, and it should back up. Oh, you're... Duh. Kill the tailings. And that's gonna feed into here. I've got coal dust coming in. This is made via mushrooms. So hey, it's sustainably generated coal dust being sent into silicon, and it exists. Oh, I am apparently a bit of a dummy and didn't actually set this up right. There we go. That's the proper way of using the inserters. Now they should all start moving, and we've got some non-zero amounts of silicon. Some beautiful, beautiful silicon. What do you do with the silicon? Well, you make silicon wafers out of it. That is the point. So, silicon, it's used to make some other things later, including super steel. But we're going to use it to make silicon wafers. Now, silicon wafers are the more dense material. It's a 1-to-1 silicon to wafers. It also gives you some flue gas, oddly enough. You need graphite aramid and crushed quartz. Now, crushed quartz... you can't get it out of sand yet, which is sad. It'd be nice to get it out of sand. So, unfortunately, this is something that's gonna need to be routed from somewhere. Jaw-crushing quartz ore also gives you stone. So that's gonna be inconvenient. And then from silicon wafers, that's where you get the heavy N, light N, and p-doped silicon. So that will be 3 things that will be needed going forward. Note etching, diborane, and zinc acetate. phosphine we're making, etching we're making, so I can make light N as soon as I get the wafers, and I can just power my rare earth oxides to start getting those, and I'll have heavy N silicon. And then the p-doped, I need to make the zinc acetate. That's the next new thing. So we're getting closer. We're getting closer. I do want a spot on my bus for silicon. So I'm going to have to do a bit of landfilling across the giant lake. Where's my car? Where did I leave my car? Again. Down there. Should probably get some of my aluminium tiles and paint my landfill with aluminium tiles. So the next place on the bus. Let's go take care of that, shall we? Also, that silicon the heavy N is used in processor cores as well as the transistors, otherwise only in transistors. The light N is used in processor cores as well, and transistors, and microchips, and diodes. These three are in circuit 2s. Also nanochips. The p-doped is used in all three of these diodes, microchips, transistors. It's used in nothing else. So I don't think I'm going to straight up bus p-doped silicon. All these three are going to be made close together. Alright, so I think we are right next to the nylon parts now. Our lane 3. So this can clearly be brought up to here. That's just an indicator going forward. I didn't need to do any of that going down, but it's useful to have. Because I will have a splitter . There's silicon on its way. Fantastic. Next. Wafers. So, because they're needed for later things as well, the quantum dots, the nano electromechanical systems, and the heavy p-doped. What are these used for? Ah, utility science. I see. That means I definitely want these on the bus if they're going to be used for utility science. Yeah, nano electromechanical systems will be rather important. What about quantum dots? Used for space science pack. Because in Pi mods, Pi High Tech, I believe, is this one. You don't launch rockets to get space science. Oh no. You make it yourself. Yeah, you make it out of stuff. In particle accelerators, an electronics factory. Another particle accelerator. Another electronics factory. A nanomaterial factory. Oh boy, liquid helium from compressors. Oh joy. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Makes me wonder though about a win state. Interesting. Hello. That is a way of getting science. High-tech production into all up to that point. Doesn't give you utility, though. Which is a shame. Anyway. So, silicon wafers are made in a what now? Assembling machines. That would be under high tech. Blue gas comes out. You need, well, I need to get to 3.5. That's what I was targeting, yes, 3.5. Oh, that is a lot of aramid. Am I even going to be able to hit 3.5 is a really good question. Oh my. Because, yeah, that's a lot of aramid. Strictly speaking, that's a lot of aramid. I may want to, I may need to expand that a little bit. I mean, yeah, it only says 0.75, but when you consider you're only making, I think, 2 per second? Aramid's in a nanomaterial factory all the way down at the beginning of the bus, and I don't have a nanomaterial factory to place down to check aramid. I could always do the math myself. Aramid 2 per second, yes, is the actual output. If it was operating at 100% efficiency. Wait, what? Oh. Why no TPA? Okay, why no TPA? TPA is down here. What are you lacking? You are lacking aromatics. You are lacking nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen, what are you lacking? Nitrogen. I am lacking nitrogen. Why? Just not enough? Simply? Or is something busted? You're not operating because too much of the purest nitrogen. Okay, so why am I not filtering purest nitrogen fully? Because these are full. This isn't running. Why is this not operating? What? That's strange. It's got purest nitrogen. Did this change? Oh, it's because I don't have the filtration media. But why do I not have the filtration media? Because I don't have the gravel coming in properly. Okay, I need more sand extractors. And I'm pretty sure did I deposit my niobium? No. Good. Sand extractors. How many of these am I going to need? I need gravel out of you. I need a lot more gravel out of you. I need... probably about as much as I can get, actually. Yeah. Anyway, car. This is priority 1. This has been moved up to priority 1. Oh, by the way, doink. This can... that can die. Yup. Take all of these, I guess. But we're looking at silicon processing at the moment. Add to top. Take it. Regardless, priority 1 at the moment is now gravel into filtration media, because that is by far the most important. Actually, stone wool. I wanted to look at its creosote instead of steam, doing it out of gravel. Interesting. I can pipe creosote over. So what I'm doing here, I don't have enough gravel. I'm running out of stone at my stone mining. However, that stone mining is where I'm making stone wool. So you can bear that in mind as a thing. I do have some stone left. It's going to die rather fast, no matter what. So I am thinking of bringing over iron. And instead of doing this, instead of doing steam and all of that, I want to just make gravel here and do stone wool out of gravel. Now this does mean that I won't be able to do any more of the landfill in this way in this area. That is the unfortunate part. But I think it is a much more long-term solution to the problem. Now, what I don't know is I apparently have 13 of these right now for 1.63 per second. What I don't know is when I transition stone wool to the other recipe, which I can't do because I have steam. Yeah, take some things away from me, please. Oh yeah, I just basically shoved all my stone into it. So transitioning to the gravel-based is exactly the same. Exactly the same amount of coke in. Does require a fair bit of creosote, though. But I think that we'll be better off doing this. And, pretty much just ending our gathering of stone here. Now, I will need a belt of iron in, and I will need the pipes in. Now, this is going to need 16.25, so... yet again, one of those instances where... I'm going to need red belt, maybe, or keep doing things as I've done them. Why do I keep getting these, like, random things? Anyway. This transition is going to take a little bit of time, sadly. Don't need any of this at the moment anymore. This will be a prime opportunity to probably scale up my creosote production. Okay, automated factory will take iron in, and then sand extractors. We'll make gravel. I will need more than 16, actually, so I might here start targeting 30, actually. So I need 16 for this, 16.25 for this. I don't know if I need exactly 1.63. Maybe I should check what my actual demand is on the stone wool. That sounds like a plan, since I have to leave anyway. I need to pick up a lot more niobium, because I will need a lot more sand extractors. Where is this stone wool going? Down here and left. Okay. What am I using you for again? I have completely forgotten. Oh no, the stream disconnected! Oh noes! Oh noes! Oh noes! Okay, we're back. We are back, yes? Maybe? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Come on. Come on, Twitch. You can do it. Oh no. Oh no. Are we back? Have we returned? I think we've returned. We have returned. There were some issues, I don't know why. I have no idea why. We had issues. First time in a while, by the way, of having any stream connection issues. That was weird. Yeah, I have no idea why that just happened. I don't think it was... Oh god, it... Oh boy. Yep. Yeah, Twitch, no... Yeah, it's obvious there's connection issues. Yeah, it's unstable. Why? Maybe you could tell me why. I'd rather not go offline because of you, but... And, like, restart on a different ingest server, because I don't know what your problem is. We appear to be back. For the moment. I don't know why the kilobit per second just spiked briefly, but yeah, we're having issues. That's very sad. Again, I don't think it's my connection itself. A while ago, I had issues from an antivirus software, but I got rid of it and then stopped having issues. So, really, I don't know at this point. So, it's you. I needed 1.6 to feed 16 artificial reefs. Here's the upside. I do not need 16 artificial reefs. Why did I make 16 artificial reefs in the first... Dropped frames detected. Okay, so we're technically still connected. We're technically still connected. Yeah, stop the stream to access what ingest server you're using. Yeah, not gonna happen, thanks. When I set up these Zapier artificial reefs, I was targeting ultimately 3 chip shooter machines worth of production of circuit board 2s, so I don't need 16. I only need a third of them at the moment. So 16 times, or divided by 3, which is, let's say, 6. 0.6, so I only really need 0.6 on the stone wool at the moment. Which is the information that I wanted to know. Now I can go make some more stuff. I have to grab more niobium, I think, in order to make some more of these. I'm gonna make as many as I possibly can. Looks like I need to pick up more chromium as well. Chromium should be relatively close. Yeah, that's weird. Why that, why we're having dropped frames for one, and then why we're having disconnects. Something's happening. I wonder if it's Twitch itself or if it's my computer dying. I needed iron. Because that would be bad if my computer was dying. Here, I'm going to do my save. Hard save, just in case. Just in case. Shouldn't the Streamlabs OBS tell me... I apparently have 691 frames dropped. Echo stop. Stop? Don't know why it lit up. Don't know why it lit up. Anyway. Any hoozle. I have to keep trucking. More sand extractors. More, I say. More! M-O-A-R. All of them. Must have all of the things. For now. So, creosote out to where it needs to go out. Also, I want to see how much stuff... Oh, 1759 has hit. 1759 has hit. You. Where is the news? News? Would be here. 1759 released. Change to express variance of circuit requires 8 copper cables instead of 10. Okay. Multiplayer. Multiplayer. Build with obstacle avoidance. That we knew was coming back for rails. Decrease base damage of personal laser defense. Decrease the... Really? There's a... Oh, it takes you here. Anyway. Reverted combat latency behavior... Whatever. 3 shots per second to 1.5 shots per second. Laser turret and personal laser defense. So decrease base shooting speed as well. So wow, that's nerfs. Fixed extra fast splitters didn't work properly. Fixed inconsistency. Yeah. Fix. Laser turret stuff. This is some of the things that they said they were going to put in the last Friday Fast Facts, minus the changes to oil. So all the good stuff. Except oil, it looks like. Changed how beams are drawn and apply damage. It's possible to specify fluid product or ingredient with a fluid box index. which is a huge change, by the way. And then scripting stuff, so... no oil revamp? No oil revamp? No oil revamp? Is that the thing? That we're saying here? That we're seeing? Pretty sure? Pretty sure? It's, we got no oil revamp? Good? And updates to GOG have been automated. I mean, I don't think any of the current player base particularly liked the, their thoughts on how oil should be changed. I think it was quite universally unaccepted. Hated, shall we say? And frankly, they should be taking the thoughts of the current player base into consideration over any potential new player base that the changes are intended for. Existing players should always come first. It's like... And what's more is that I think that Factorio developers have used their being in early access as an excuse for their current wanting to make new player experience better when the game's been out in early access for how long? How many years? It doesn't need to stay in early access. It shouldn't be in early access anymore. It shouldn't be considered early access. This is a released game that is being updated consistently. So you need 12.5. So I need... yeah, a lot. Alright. Cool. Overproduction is going to be our production on gravel. Break the things as I worm my way through here. I've never played Fortnite, nor do I ever intend to. Nor do I ever intend to support Epic in any way, shape, or form. I need this. Well, let's see. How many copies of Factorio have sold once they went and released on Steam? Hint, I'm one of those that have bought through Steam. And I'm one of those people who... So when I started playing Factorio, I had already seen content of Factorio and already learned about the fluid mechanics and how, like, I didn't figure it out for myself from nothing. That's not the type of player I am. If I don't know the answer to a question, I look it up. I physically leave the game and look up the answer to my questions. Like I'm sure any reasonable person would actually do. Now, if the developers want it, make their game, design it such that they think that that's a problem, that they want you to avoid that behavior from players, that's on them. That does not apply to me. Like, I don't care about that at all. I don't care about it at all. I wouldn't be the intended audience if they introduced information into the game in the form of, say, an in-game wiki. Like, that has no bearing on me. I won't use it. I won't use it because I think that anytime there's an in-game wiki, I will have additional questions that wiki wouldn't answer, and I'd look it up online anyway. And yes, I'm currently playing Pyanodons. I've played Pyanodons, I've played Angels with Bobs. I haven't actually played Bobs straight up as is. But, and I've dabbled with Factorio, and I've dabbled with the whole mix of everything together, but I mean, frankly, let's be clear here. The base game's not actually complicated. The base game's actually easy as it is, in my view. Base game's not hard. Technically, neither is Pyanodons, but different discussion there. Yes, after playing Pyanodons, everything else seems rather quick. I don't know, I like the pacing of Angels. I think I like that pacing. But I also am okay with the Pyanodons pacing. Is it slow? Yeah, but it feels like there is always something to do in Pyanodons. It doesn't feel like you're stuck waiting around for things to happen. At least, shall we say, after you hit a certain point in the early game. Because the early game, yeah, you do end up having to wait around a fair bit to collect enough resources to build the buildings that you want, and I have said straight to Pyanodon in the chat, I think that these buildings are too expensive in the early game. With, like, the base patch or patch size and base or densities and that sort of thing in your starting zone in particular, it sort of forces you to think at a much greater scale than what the early game really should demand of you. Because if you really want to get enough iron and copper for those early buildings, which it's primarily the iron that's the issue, how much iron, That's the issue. In terms of the early buildings, specifically the early buildings of these guys, the advanced foundries, you're looking at a fair bit of copper at that point, plus you need steel for them, so advanced foundries, quite expensive for the early game, and yet they are required to get into the hot air processing for the much better processing of... for the much more efficient processing of your ores. So you see there's some cyclical stuff. Am I planning 1,000 science per minute in Pyanodons? Considering I've not done that ever? I don't know. I don't think so. Actually, I never did quite calculate what my science per minute was in the end of this most recent Angels playthrough with Space Extension. Yeah, I think just finishing Pyanodons would be an achievement in and of itself. But then again, I don't know how one even finishes Pyanodons, considering you get space science not from launching rockets. I don't know about, like, here, rocket. So the base RCUs are here, the rocket silo's here, so I guess technically the game ends when you launch a rocket. Technically. You need to get up to circuit board 3s. The rocket control units will require the circuit 3s and speed module 1, so that doesn't change. So circuit board 3s seem like the gatekeeper on finishing the game. Plus whatever you need for yellow science as well. So I've just brought iron in to feed the stuff here. I actually left my car behind, so I'm gonna grab that and then start running some of this pipe. Can also start doing power. Wait, what? Huh? You are not? Really? Power! Power is good. Power is wonderful and nice and great. I need to pick up more stainless steel as well, because this is gonna need to be a red belt. Maybe. How many did I make? Like, how many did I make? 11 are placed. Yeah, I'm probably gonna want a red belt for this. Probably. Now, I'm also going to reverse this belt. Remember that I only really need a third of this in actuality. I only need a third. So it looks like I need to grab, like, nylon, stainless steel, and rubber to make some more red belt. All the way around. All the way around. Excuse me. Ah! There's a rock in the way. I hate rocks. Rocks are always in the way. Always. Without fail, they are always in the way. Alright, next question. Which is my creosote line? Oh, creosote. Of course it's not run all the way. Oh, creosote. On the other side of tar. Which one's tar? This one's tar, so... yeah, right there. This is creosote. I also need to expand creosote, so... huzzah, after making silicon, my day is now being spent on making gravel. It's like, hey, let's just not do progress towards circuit 2s and go fix an issue with gravel. Oh, really? Yeah, because I don't think I have enough creosote, actually. All this mess of pipes. Excuse me? Off we go. There. We are connected. But I need more. This means I need more tar processing units. Tar processing units. I don't think I'm lacking tar. For reference. Uh-oh. Caps were a thing. Caps are a thing to watch out for. Strange, though. I am pretty sure that I set that to be not as aggressive, so... Let's see, how much... let's add 90. So 300? I have 8... 4 more? Let's see here. And I'm pretty sure Am I still... I might have to expand the tar. Fortunately, I have enough tar on the map that I can, like, not ever worry about tar ever again. I have enough to not worry about it ever. Yeah, looks like even adding these 4, it just isn't... It isn't enough of the tar. Oh well. However, I will take a brief break at this point. When I come back, I will finish this up. I'll get some red belt, feed the stuff, get the gravel going, because this ultimately, the gravel being produced here is going into my filtration media, which, yeah, that's very, very, very important for the continuation of making things in the operation of the factory. So once that's concluded, I will get back into getting the silicon wafers going. That is the next big thing to fully set up. So I will be back in about 3-ish minutes. Alright, I have returned. And oh noes, you got an error. Oh noes. Sucks when that happens. And yes, all of these distractions from Circuit 2s. Now, hopefully, ideally, regardless of how much tar I have feeding into the system here, get the mic a little bit closer, little bit. Regardless of how much tar I have feeding into that creosote, I will hopefully have the like 30-ish creosote per second to at least feed in the stone wool that I need. Now, while I'm here, before I forget completely about getting actual belt, red belt, it looks like I need to pick up some of my... Oh, no, I have stainless steel, and I have nylon. I just need the rubber. The rubber being made right up here. Oh, hello, rubber. Yeah, I'll take that, thanks. All of that. Give me all of these. That'd be great. All of it. All of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. Ooh, duralumin. Wait, what's this line? This line's aluminium. Why no aluminium? 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 What's the aluminium problem? $105. Alley? Molten. Molten. Pulp. Excuse me? How? Did I break a pipe? Am I just not making coal gas? 'Cause that's the other potential thing that's happening, where I'm using all of it. So, coal gas. You know, I could really use more of it. Here I am using oil to make coal gas. It's producing it out of these, but Again, things that I was planning on scaling up after finishing Circuit 2s, yet may end up being forced to work on it a lot sooner than intended. Where's my... So my stainless steel, A, I'm buffering it. B, I have it on the bus, technically. Right here. Convenience. Convenience! Ha! Yeah, the future me problems are now me problems. Yeah, that tends to happen. Unfortunately. Alright, I may have enough red belts now. For purpose. Yes, lots of my future me problems are quickly approaching me problems. Current me problems. This gravel being one of them. The coal gas being another. I'm not going to worry about the coal gas. It'll work itself out. Hopefully. Ideally. Besides, even if I was making the aluminium right now, it would be going straight into the aluminium tiles, which aren't mission critical. And I've got a huge stockpile of them. Alright, let's get that somewhere on the bus so that I have it. Oh. Right. Yeah, that's the better option. I probably want a red splitter. This is actually almost done crafting. Oh, hey, look, it's thingies. I was doing this. No, I was doing this. Because either way, these will use coke. I'm just using a little bit less coke by not having a steam input here. Okay, red splitter. First red splitter use of the run. That, as they say, is that. So I should definitely have the gravel now for my filtration media. That should absolutely be a thing. So I'll just watch as it makes its way in. In fact, I will take my car because we are done here. We are done. This will back up, actually. Ah, yellow is so slow. So, about that silicon wafer stuff. Oh gosh, I was stuck. Anyway. Yeah, so filtration media means inability to really make refined syngas, inability to make everything that I need the stuff for. Anyway. Yeah, what I don't know why is how you are not giving me enough coal gas. You actually give me tar. That's cool of you. But what I don't like about this setup here is it requires zinc chloride, which sucks. I'll take those. So, quartz. How convenient. Of course there's a quartz close by. Unfortunately, this is zinc and not quartz. It would have been nice, so... quartz here to here, rather than here to here. So instead of being all the way down here, I'm here now. Any other closer quartz? I don't think so. There's some borax, not quartz, so that's the closest. Alright, first time I'll be making some crystal mines in a while. Actually, I probably have some in a box somewhere. You know what? I am pretty sure I have some in a box somewhere. Near the turn in my bus. Or at least on the way to the turn. I will go ahead and, like, keep a watch for any... thing is, there's a casting unit in that one. All the random boxes all over the place. That's just pipe in that one. That's activated carbon in that trash bin. What's in that trash bin? Anything important? No. This trash bin has sinkholes! Hell yeah, I'll take those. Thanks. Yeah, you're mostly garbage. You have an electric arc furnace and salt mines. Yeah, Shift C, take my salt mines away, please. I'll keep a stack of stone. Oh hey, electric poles. Yeah, I'll take those too. And the engines, I'll take the engines, thanks. How about you? Crystal mines. See, I knew I had something with crystal mines. You can take those tar processing units. I will actually take those jaw crushers, because I'm going to be needing some. Yeah. Yeah, oh, there's the oil refineries that I made a while ago. This is more destructive distillations. How about here? Oh, come on. You are mostly crap. I will actually take that belt, though, because I can use belt. Rock finders! Yeah. Running into rock... Yeah. It's a rock finder, it's a building finder, it's a pipe finder, it's a car finder. Yeah, all of that's working as intended, I think. That being said, I did actually move a car out of the way at the beginning of the stream today. That was fun. I have a... I'm just casually built stuff on top of a borax reserve, don't mind me. I will need some more mines, though. Crystal mines. Give me more crystal mines. Yes, this is another early game thing that you basically just have to wait around for. Because 127 units of iron and 192 units of copper, that's a lot. Now, granted, this is not... This total raw listed is listing the total raw for using the transport belt recipe that gives you 15 belts from rubber-based belt. So the numbers are a little bit off, but it's still a lot of iron in the early game for the crystal mine ones. How many do I even, like, think I need? Probably not that much for the amount of powdered, or crushed, I should say, that I need. So crushed quartz is going to give me stone. And I think I know what I'm going to use the stone for. I'm not going to fit through here. Yes, the buildings are expensive, but there is a point that you produce yourself out of the problem. There's a point where the efficiency of the production means that that's no longer an issue anymore. And it does try to force you to produce at a larger scale from the start. Like, hey, if you want your buildings faster, go start mining more iron and more copper. Just go find more iron and more copper. Yeah, at least power is cheap. Power is free, technically. Technically speaking, like, right now I'm sort of using a lot of crude oil for power, but technically I don't have to because it's free. Water. Water is energy in this mod. In fact, if you weren't here for the very start of the stream, I brought in from the Pyanodon's forum this blueprint. So on the forum right now is a share your creations thread in the Pyanodon's mods forums, and the person who started it gave a power plant Mark 1 and a Mark 2 variation of it that is about 2 chunks in size, and this one gives plus 36.5 net energy. However, it was made initially in Pi block, and it uses deadlock loaders in it, so bear that in mind. Also, it has like water tiles built in as part of the blueprint, so you're not going to be able to properly import water tiles, obviously. So you just have to know that you're going to need to throw some water at it, and unless you've brought in or are using PyBlock, none of the pipe segments, the standard pipe segments, will carry over into a regular game because it uses the wrought iron pipes. So, crystal mines. Yeah, I like that number. I like seeing over 1 million as the available resources. So, for 8 per second. Yeah, that should be okay. Jaw crusher, crushing quartz. 2 of them, alright. That is not a lot of crushed. Okay, how much? Yeah, the wrought iron pipes are cheap in PyBlock. They're very cheap and useful for the early game. But again, I don't know why this person had decided to use the wrought iron pipes on a posting of a blueprint in the general Pyanodon's forum area. It's like, well, if it's specific to PyBlock, maybe post that blueprint in the PyBlock thread. Or perhaps specifically say, hey, I made this with PyBlock installed, which is more accurate. So 3.5, okay, that's fine. I'm making 2, up to 2. 1.5 over 3.75 times 3.5, that's 19. Oh, that's not exactly how to do that. 1.5 divided by 3.75 times 3.5, 1.4. 1.4 is required on that. Now, let's see what, I'm assuming that, oh, hey, that is a thing. Hi. Yeah, give me all of your fat, thanks. Had a lazy farm. That is a building. Yep, that is a building. Yeah, probably want a few more of these. 10 over... Or no, 2 over 10 times 8. 1.6. Yeah, that's enough. Ah, stop. Give me stone. Stone! Factory. You. You are making, clearly, landfill. I should have a warehouse. But I don't see it. Warehouse. There you are. That should work, right? 1 per second of stone. Holy... Wow. That's... Yeah, that'll take in about everything that you can throw at it and convert it into 3 per second of landfill. I think I'm not going to run out of space anytime soon on the landfill. For the landfill. So, power? Also, I don't know why they used deadlocks loaders in that blueprint, in those blueprints. Seems a little odd to me. But anyway, I would prefer if I were to start this particular playthrough over again, I probably wouldn't use the loaders that I'm currently using. I would probably have used mini loaders. And absolutely had not even considered deadlocks. Because right now, technically, I do have deadlocks, and I also have my loader redux mod installed. So, mini loaders as a mod doesn't use the vanilla loader mechanics that exist. It does it some other way, so it's a different behavior. It's a different behavior which allows them to more easily be used for... Yeah, they're fast inserters, basically, which makes them more easily capable of being used for the loading and unloading of trains. Whereas if you tried using regular loaders, vanilla-based loaders, it actually has a significant impact on UPS at larger scale. Which is why that ability is often disabled by default on Loader Redux. So, do I just go, like, up and over? I think I just go up and over. Just not worry about the bus in this case. Off we go! How far up am I going? That's a good question. All the rocks in the world. Why does there have to be, like, a small patch of volcanic with every single rock on the planet built or placed right here? Boy. Alright. So, let's say let's say here. Yeah, that works. If I need to adjust, I'll adjust, but this works. Yeah, the Deadlocks is also has the stacking in it, which would be a reason to use it, but it doesn't by default have Pyanodon specific intermediates. You have to add those separately. And apparently, if you don't start the game with one of those mods, you can't add them later. Because I tried adding the compatibility for the deadlock stacking, the adding in pi compatibility, and it wouldn't load the save. It actually would fail to load the save when I had those mods. That particular type of mod that would have extended the stacking to pi mods. It errored. Because I figured, well, if I'm going to have this installed, I may as well have the ability, right, to stack the pi intermediates. It exists, so why not? Well, I'll tell you why not. It breaks the save! And this was across two different... Well, so there's the stacking for Pyanodons, and then there's an unofficial set of updates to that that's like stacking 5. But yeah. Just start over and redo the whole base. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Redo my base. My base. By the way, 2,000 tiles away from Origin. Origin is here. Right? Origin is like here-ish. 2,000 tiles. I've explored further than 2,000 chunks away in radius. For reference. How do I know that? Cough. 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 Wheeze. Cough. Cough. Wheeze. How do I know that it's over 2,000 radius? There's a command for that. If I run this command, it would reveal the map 2,000 tiles in each direction from the origin, or 2,000 chunks from the origin chunk. So yeah, that I've apparently revealed the vast majority of it already. So even if I did run this command, it wouldn't do too awfully much. But can you unreveal? Technically, yes. But what has spawned stays spawned. So there is such a thing as revealing so much of the map that you bloat your save game. And even if you unreveal it, you're still going to have that bloat to your save, and it will still take a while to save every time it saves. There is an effective upper limit to what you can reveal. Theoretically, the map is huge. It does have an end to it, but if you ever were to try to reveal it, it would take A, days to actually spawn the whole thing, and then B, it would never... Your save file would be, like, massive, gargantuan, and it would take over an hour plus to save. Use a mod that does a radar-like scan on your own radius setting. Yeah, actually, I like Crastorio's implementation of radars, where the radar actually just immediately reveals a massive area around you and has a really fast scan time on it, but it also uses a lot more power per radar. It actually makes them fairly valuable. Yeah, you'd almost certainly run out of memory. I mean, yeah. I mean, even my own system, I have 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, I'd probably still run out of memory at some point. So that's the harder part, actually, of this. Taken care of. Wow, I do not like that, these are all different numbers. I don't like that these numbers are different, and you know why I don't like these numbers are different? It's because it means that I have to have 4 in and 1 out. 5 total belts. Alright. Output! Hey, guess what we're gonna be doing? We're doing the thing. Again. We're doing this thing again. Yeah, that's a thing. That is a lovely thing. Let's see here. Don't want to just, like, cheat with the silicon. I don't foresee myself needing much of any of this other space, so I guess I'll cheat. There we go. Welcome, silicon. Then I need the graphite and the aramid. So graphite... Am I busing that already? I don't think so. I have areas where I produce it, but I don't think I ever bus it. Oh, which reminds me, I also need more of these guys, because there's no chance in hell I'm actually making enough formaldehyde as well that I need to make, so I need more methane. I'm going to need methane later anyway, because I'm going to need to do methanol. Methanol, I think, for anthraquinone, for, as I think it's part of the zinc acetate line of stuff. Oh, hydrogen peroxide. Oh, so I've already done... Right, I've already done this. I've already done this. But, no, it was the, acetate stuff. Acetic acid that needed methanol. So, the process to make methanol that I was going to use is, this one, out of methane. Copper, titanium tetrachloride, methane, and hot air. So I was going to have to get more methane anyway. As part of the zinc acetate, which is used for one of the wafers that we're going to be making. Now, I could have sworn one of the thingies for circuit 1s, yes, you there. Do I just run this belt? So, are we getting circuit 2s this month? Yes. Before the end of next week. Which, I guess, the first is Thursday. Next, yeah, 1 week from today, so... Yes, this month, I would say. In fact, I would say... Tomorrow, I would at least get the remainder of the, like, the heavy N, light N, and P-doped silicon. I can pretty much see myself setting all 3 of those, being able to set all 3 of those up within 3 hours tomorrow. And then Sunday would actually be the beginning of starting to set up the absolute final products. The diodes and, oh, technically, I guess, iron oxide into ferrite would probably come next. So it would be ferrite production, and then into diodes, microchips, transistor 2, resistor 2, capacitor 2. And since I already have the PCB 2 and I have the circuit board 1s, that's it. There you go. That's it. So I'm going down here just to... Actually, I went a little bit too far. I wanted to pick up some more belt. Unless you get distracted, yes. Unless I get distracted. Now this will involve... Technically the only new stuff to follow after finishing the doped silicon wafers. There's not really much. It's the ferrite, I think. So the, let's see, diodes, yeah, while getting the silicon stuff, I'm gonna have to actually hook up my rare earth oxides, but I already have rare earth oxides set up from earlier in the week, so cermets, that's the only other, quote, new thing. I would just have to siphon some moly and nickel and ceramic. But yeah, this would be, like, the only other new thing outside of... Outside of, like, scaling boric or ferrochromium. Because this is just... logistics, because I'm already making them. And then, of course, these get all used in circuit 2s. So that's that. That's that we just looked at. Cap 2s, again, I've got all of this. Inductor 2s, yeah, I've got all of this. I just have to scale the melamine ferrite. Ferrite, iron oxide, nichrome, zinc, I already have it. Iron oxide, I'm going to do this for iron oxide. Nitrobenzene is actually cheap, in my opinion. I'm already making solder through this recipe. So yeah, we'll be done in about 3 streams ish. Additional streams. Ha, circuit 3s next month. Probably not. I'll just throw that out there. Likely not. In the slightest. I haven't looked at circuit 3s for one. Where are those thingies? Right here. How much am I making? 4. Wow, that's a lot of coke. How much do I need? You there. Tell me. Tell me how much I need. This one. 2.25 over 3.75 times 3.5 equals 2.1. 2.1. Yeah, we've got... There's still a lot. Like, Circuit 2's pretty much just gatekeep who continues and who stops beforehand. Like, the people who tend to get to Circuit 2's have a state of mind that tends to then lead to finishing off things, but that doesn't mean that you're nearly done. Once you hit Circuit 2's, there's still a long way to go. I think it's time to use a red underground. This is exactly the point to use a red underground. Yeah, stuff and things. I should do a speed run, yeah. Right. That's not gonna happen. Looks like I have to go routing this wonkily. Now, chances are I will need a lot more of this graphite, but, yeah, not gonna happen. Anytime soon, anyway. So why am I going all the way over here? Just because the spacing doesn't work out too well. And let's see, so this is... That's plastic. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. So we are here, I think. Right? We are on the third. We've done 3, so there's one more. Three is the silicon. What's number 2? 2 is the phenol. So it's plastic, phenol, or no. Wait, what? Am I already on 4? 3 is parts. So 4 is silicon. Wow, really? Or did I just... Oh, you know what? I see. I see. I'm off. No. I am just a bit off. So... This is the 4th line. This isn't plastic. Plastic is the 3rd line. Gap of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Gap of 2. 1, 2, 3. We've got the, so from here, we've got phenol, we've got nylon parts, and we've got silicon on line 3, because I'm pretty sure the silicon was line 3, so we are here. Now to do this properly. Oh boy. Alright, so let's see. Gap 2, U. Gap 2, U, U, U. So that's that. Now, what does it actually, like, mean? What does this mean? Well, it means I have to go about here before I can start going up. Nope. That is not the right spacing. Then I have to decide, am I going to run this to the left too? Because if so, that means I need to do that, and that, and that. And then I need to determine how far up we have to go. Gotta get the spacing right. Now, I know that plastic is line 3, so that would be that. The transition here would be a little weird, shall we say. Because that would be that, but you see, this would be having to do that sort of a funky thing. This would need to, like, jump here, go there, go like that. Funky. It works. There we go. That, as they say, is that. Alright, where's my car? Oh, vehicle. It will eventually, like, work itself out, and I won't have to worry anymore. I hope. I hope. Because eventually, like, as it widens, once it widens past the point of this stuff, eventually I don't need to do this, like, more turns to go around this. I think. I might just be stuck with this for a long time. Unless I forsake the gaps, which I don't feel like doing. Up we go. 3 more minutes, sadly, to today's stream. Would have liked to at least attempt to have finished the full logistics of this. Getting the actual non-zero amounts of silicon wafers. Alright, I saw the sulfur and I was like, wait, I didn't. Oh, wait, I actually did fix that. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna be in more pain as I continue going over this molybdenum patch. Ugh. The pain is real. Going over molybdenum like that. Up we go. Oops. Landfill. Oh, hey. Belt. Oh, you know, just casually putting down a couple thousand units of belts to run a single line close to where it needs to go. Oh, hey, another kill. How many of those have died? Total? 13. How many today? 8. Well, it's not quite today, but... because there's no, like, 3-hour indicator, but... yeah. Anyway. Death to the stuff. Alright, you will be the thing. I'll go ahead and hook this up, and then we'll start wrapping up. I think this is right. Yes, this is right. So this is the glorious, wonderful, beautiful graphite that will come in. The wonderful, beautiful graphite. It is here. Yes. On those undergrounds. That just leaves aramid as the next / final input. How far down is the aramid? I don't think it's that far down, actually. No, it's not. I'll run the aramid. Sure, we'll finish the thing. We'll finish the thing today. Sure. I'll just run another bit of landfill. So this is like a few minutes, not even that bad. Just running the last final bit of belt to hook the aramid up, and we can start seeing eventually some non-zero amounts of stuff. Of course, I have to wait for the belts to physically move the graphite up. Might have some in my inventory that I can use. But yeah, aramid is like practically right here. Not too far back, as you can see. Oh gosh, rock! I got stuck! I got stuck on a rock! Aramid being the last on its line. Up. Oh gosh. No, no. No, no, no. Stupid nylon. Wait, why did I... That's still off. I said aramid is last on its line. Oh boy. Up. Yes, I should fix those to use splitters and all that, but I'll do it when I need them. Do it when they're needed. Okay, run. Yes, deadlocks loaders are super cheap, which is why I have decided I will not use the red ones at the moment. The, car, no, stop, where's my belt immunity equipment for cars? They're super cheap, and yeah, because the red belts, the red deadlock loaders only require small parts, and the previous loader. Like, really? That's, like, cheaper than red belt. Technically, I guess I'll do this, as inefficient as that is. A series of boxes with red loaders. Yeah, I mean, that would be a way to get the effective throughput earlier, I guess. Alright, there's the aramid. Just waiting on the graphite to catch up. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon. And we are at 106 hours. Oh joy, oh bliss. Well, here's the graphite. Finally. That'll be a couple of minutes for it to actually catch up, finish catching up to where it needs to go. The aramid is on its way as well. But I think if I do a Shift C here, grab the aramid, do that. we'll start seeing some non-zero amounts of silicon wafer. Oh, right, that's the other thing. Am I carrying around any of these? I probably have a bunch in storage nearby, but yeah, boink, 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 and boink. Wait, you individually, yeah, that's fine. And come on, there you go. Power. Huzzah! We're moving! We're moving! Beautiful. Silicon wafers are a thing. Celebration! We've reached the end of the day today. At the end of today's stream. What got done today? Silicon wafers! That's the summary of what got done today. Finished off the silicon initially, then took a big detour to secure gravel, because that was a major problem that needed to be fixed. Needed to get gravel because we needed to get filtration media. Whatever the heck I'm actually producing that. Needed filtration media, which... excuse me, you're not moving. Why? Activated carbon. Why no activated carbon? No nitrogen. Why no... oh. We negative feedback. We feedback looped. Oh joy. We feedback looped. So I need filtration media to turn my purest nitrogen into nitrogen, but I need nitrogen for the activated carbon for the filtration media. Lovely. We'll take care of that next time. I'm gonna make a note of that. That I need to fix the darn nitrogen production line. Yeah, that's the thing. Yes, I did use the word darn. So yeah, that's a thing that needs to be fixed again. But anyway, I've got gravel. I can say that I have gravel. And I have gravel-based stone wool using creosote, although I need to secure more tar. You know, more tar and, you know, more tar. More tar for more creosote to feed it properly, but yeah. Anyway, finished that and then got the tapped this quartz for what I need to do silicon wafers. Yay! We did it. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. I will be back tomorrow where I will finish / continue working my way towards the circuit board 2s by completing the light N, heavy N, and P doped silicon production that will use these wafers. I will see you all then.